So how was your week? What did you watch on TV?
So I've been watching that like pretty much every night of the week, and I haven't finished it yet. So please don't destroy this for me because
I haven't started it yet.
Oh my God!
That is for the Christmas week.
Oh my gosh, this show is amazing. Anthony Hopkins is awesome.
He's the best.
I mean, he's always great in everything that he does, but definitely like just killing me right now. Like the twists and the things that you think you know things and you know nothing.
Ooh.
And I love that. And it's especially true with a lot of the HBO series that they come out with. You know, it's like whatever you think you know, you don't know. But it definitely is taking a turn where I hoped it would go.
Oh, good.
And so I'm really excited about Westworld. I love that show.
Cool. Well, I'm jumping on the binge wagon, as I said. I guess next week I'll have a little bit of time. I'm gonna do that.
Yeah.
I'm stoked. I hear nothing but amazing things.
Yeah.
And that's always good.
It's so good.
What about you, Mike? What are you watching these days? What kind of you watching Westworld?
I just watched. I think we talked about this the other day. Well, tomorrow I'm gonna go see Star Wars. Does that count?
Where are you going to see Star Wars at?
Yeah, absolutely. Rogue One.
Yes, of course.
Oh.
Over at the Edward Cinema in Ontario Mills.
Actually, it starts tonight, doesn't it?
Oh.
There's a midnight showing tonight.
I guess it
started
does.
8 o'clock. The first showing was at 8 o'clock tonight.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Wow.
So we missed it.
We are missed.
So if you don't want to know any about spoilers, because they're already being posted.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm lukewarm about this movie. What do you think? Are you a big I don't even know if you're a big Star Wars fan.
I'm a Star Wars fan, but I still just like the original Star Wars the best.
Yeah.
Of all the other movies that I've seen, I did just see, what was the one that just came out with
The Force Awakens?
The Force Awakens. I actually enjoyed that one. I did like that one, but I didn't like the 1, 2, and 3 was not really my cup of tea.
Yes,
but,
I agree. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Agree. Yeah.
Yeah, but I did like The Force Awakens, so that one was good.
Well,
I am looking forward to the next one.
Well, you know what really is interesting to me is this movie, Rogue One, takes place between the third episode, which was the last new Lucasfilm, and Star Wars: A New Hope.
Yes.
So it sort of fits into that little window.
Yes.
I hope it's good. I hope it's good. I don't know. I suffered through watching episode 1, 2, and 3 with the hope that these new Star Wars movies would change the world, and indeed they didn't. So,
yeah.
you know.
My world has been changed.
Yeah, for the better?
I don't know.
He's like, it changed all right, but I can't say which way.
It is undetermined. Well, that's good. That's really, really, really kind of cool. I was busy this week. I had a super crazy busy week. I am directing this little short film, and it's something that I need to have on my application to get a green card. So I need to have a certain amount of short films and short projects that I need to do. So I'm working on this one. And we were in the edit suite yesterday. And that, to me, is where the film is built, right? One film is written, and then you interpret that film on the day that you shoot. And then you get all of that footage, and then on a third separate day, and sometimes even weeks and months apart, you get a chance to build this little film. And it's extraordinary. It really is. If I do say so myself, I'm so excited about it. Can't talk too much about it yet, but certainly will in the new year.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So
it's always nice to have new projects and new creative outlets.
It is.
Yes.
You know, it absolutely is, and it's something that I think that we need to do more of. We don't do that, and we can get locked into it. And I don't want to get locked into it. I want it to be, amazing, and so that was my week.
That's a very exciting week. I pretty much just work a lot.
I know, but
that's all I do.
Gotta find that.
I work and sleep.
It's not balance. It's integration, isn't it?
Yes.
You take your work, which we all have to do. You take your life and you integrate them. You don't balance them because
it's never going to be balanced.
No, never.
No,
not ever.
Yeah.
So
that's true.
So we were at Disneyland last weekend.
Oh yeah. Oh, how was that?
Oh my.
I had some friends that went to that too.
They play a lot of Frozen songs over there too.
They do indeed. You just see me run screaming through California Adventure. No, chased by my son who, yeah, we are, you know what? It was great when it came out. And for the first, 65 times we heard that song. But no, it was super busy.
I've never had to hear that song.
Oh, you're lucky.
Isn't that awesome?
Until tonight.
I think you're lucky.
Tonight was the first night I've ever heard that song.
Oh, Pinocchio over here.
I see it growing.
Okay, it was the second time. Okay, you can check it out on Facebook.com. On KaoticRadio.com. You can watch my nose grow.
Oh my! It is amazing. We should do that. We should have like some sort of special effects that we'll put in here.
Yeah.
Richard's lying again.
I know you know a guy that can do it.
Yeah, I do. I do know a couple of guys.
You probably do.
But it would cost us so much money just for a little gag. I don't know. I don't.
It's not worth it.
No, I don't think so.
Comedy is always worth it.
Just to prove your point.
It is. You know what? I was just talking to Mike before we went on, and I want to introduce a little segment that we'll do from now on, kind of demystifying Canada and Canadians, because I get asked, and you know what? I love you guys. I love Americans. I do. Absolutely do. And this is not a segment of me being smug and thinking that I know more than you. Not at all. These are just kind of musings that I have come across and found, and it will segue into a Canadian film segment that we will have every week as well, where I will introduce to you guys an amazing Canadian film that is either a project that friends of mine have worked on, or that is kind of definitive of great stuff in Canada. So I'll start with the movie first, and then we'll get to my musings, because I think that's going to be pretty good. Okay, so the year is 2000, and one of my really good friends, he's a musician, and he does amazing work. And he's telling me that he just finished this movie, and he can't really say much about it, but it's a film called Ginger Snaps. And so what it is it's a really interesting allegory for two young girls that are kind of coming into puberty and sort of hitting it really hard, and they happen to be bitten by a werewolf. And so it's this lovely kind of parallel between the two. It's directed by a friend of mine I went to high school with, who's an awesome guy, John Fawcett. Produced by Karen Lee Hall and Steve Hoban, and these guys are some of the best producers in Canada. So this segment will be me, bragging about my friends and sharing with you guys probably a film that you may never have seen or never heard of, but from all sorts of different genres, TV, movies, and everything. So, Ginger Snaps. It's really cool.
Are they redheads? Is that why it's Ginger Snaps?
One of them is. Here we go. So, Ginger Snaps is a 2000, shot in 1999, but 2000 Canadian horror film directed by my good friend John Fawcett. The film focuses on two teenage sisters who have a fascination with death. So they're really kind of into how could you die? And so it's got the macabre there, right? The title obviously is a bit of a pun on the ginger snap cookie, but it also relates to losing one's self-control, which is what happens when these girls venture into the forefront of puberty and all of the great fun stuff that brings.
Oh, let me tell you, it's awesome.
Yes.
Being a woman. Yes.
So I've heard.
It's amazing.
So I have heard.
I'm thoroughly enjoying it to this point. I think it only took me like 34 years to like kind of get it under control slightly.
To sort of figure it out.
And even then, I still eat a pint of ice cream that whole month.
There you go.
Like the whole week, whatever. Like, just bad.
But it's and what's great about this movie is that it's written by Karen Walton, who is a great Canadian writer. She's super smart. It's a great, strong allegory. It doesn't dip into any of the cheesiness that you would expect. But what's really interesting is during the film's production, the Columbine High School massacre happened, and a lot of the action in Ginger Snaps was set inside a high school.
Oh.
So it had a very strange kind of resonance. Obviously, in Canada, we were very, very much aware of what happened, and as most people were around the world. So I think that kind of the film suffered from that.
Yeah.
From those kind of events. Amazing how those things can happen, and it's a strange kind of reflection of the art back to us.
Yes.
But it's too soon.
Yes.
It's just too soon.
Exactly.
If that film comes out 3 years later, I think that it would be as big as, or even bigger than, the Twilight series, or any of that sort of the forefront of those our kind of our step into, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, or any of those things. I think it would have worked out differently, but events like that just kind of change. Really sort of crazy. It stars Catherine Isabelle and Emily Perkins, and has Mimi Rogers in it as well. And Mimi Rogers, her fame, of course. Who was she married to? Do you remember what famous guy she was married to?
I have no idea. I'm really bad. I'm really bad with the whole celebrity thing.
Well,
I don't really follow any of them. I'm like, yeah, you're just another human.
No.
I mean, you're just a human that acts, and I don't do that.
Tom Cruise.
Oh, really?
She was married to Tom Cruise.
Oh, gosh.
Wait, who? I'm sorry, I missed all that. What happened?
I'm sorry, did we wake you up? 'Cause
Yeah,
I woke
good
you up.
morning.
I got a lot going on over here. Okay.
I bet you.
Who was married to
I'm
Tom
sorry,
Cruise?
because I'm doing nothing.
Yeah.
We're just sitting here.
We're just having a conversation. It's happening. We're just talking about stuff.
We're just, what do they say?
I got ADD, okay? I
Good-
apologize.
In Goodfellas, we're just busting your balls. Just busting
Just
your
take the
balls.
cannoli, all
I
right?
got the
That's right.
ADHD. I got. That's what I got.
Leave the gun, take the cannoli. There you
Exactly.
go. Mimi Rogers.
Mimi Rogers was married to the Tom Cruise.
She was married to the Tom Cruise.
Oh my goodness.
Isn't that
Random.
Very random.
Yeah.
But apart from that, it's probably full of a lot of actors that you have never heard of. But it's a fantastic film. And my good friend Grant Harvey directed one of the sequels. It did 2 sequels, so it's a great trilogy. Horror genre, smart.
Supernatural.
Yeah, werewolf in the spirit of an American Werewolf in London.
Oh, yeah.
Which is a great film.
I like that one.
So that's my first sort of venture for Canadian cinema, and I think if Mike's not too busy, and he might be really busy,
I'm paying attention now. Okay?
There we go.
I'm on point.
Just kidding. I love that. I love that we can have this kind of fun. It's fantastic. Do you want to play? Should we play the trailer? I love the trailer, and the trailer I think features my friend Mike Shields, some of his most amazing music. So why don't you guys listen to Ginger Snaps, the trailer?
Let me see
it's all
if
getting
I can
loaded
actually play it from here. Hold
Okay.
on 1 second.
Well, we
That
will do
sounds
our-
really interesting, though. And I think I like to hit on the point that you were saying if it had come out just a few years later,
Yeah.
what a bigger hit it would have been because of the Twilight series and all that kind of stuff. Like, I think that's so true. It's all about timing with films. I mean, of course, you cannot control what's happening in the world around you. When you get an idea for a film or you are working on a project and, they take an exorbitant amount of time.
Yeah.
You can't predict what's going to happen when you're ready to release.
No,
it's
absolutely.
unfortunate, but
Well, I think we're ready to go. Let's listen to Ginger Snaps.
For 2 sisters
Together forever.
United against life as we know it.
with an appetite for the macabre,
I'm slitting my throat. You should definitely hang.
all it takes is one night and one bite.
Let's get out of here. What was it?
Big dog, maybe?
Did I change last night? Howl at the moon.
Ginger's changing.
How do you feel?
Wicked.
They're just being normal teenage girls.
I think she's gone.
Ginger snaps and bites.
We're almost not even related anymore.
Doesn't that sound great?
Ooh, it's creepy.
So
I'm looking
that's-
at the sisters right here.
Yeah.
It looked really good.
Yeah.
It's a super high production value, absolutely fantastic. And again, they're my friends, they're my buddies, and we want to share stuff with you guys.
That's awesome.
Which is what this show is all about. And if you're wondering what you're listening to, you are listening to the Director's Cut with Rich Kenyon here on Chaotic Radio, and we are talking Canada, as people call us.
Canada?
Canada.
Is it Canadian? No. Is that not right?
Okay,
No.
so
I'm just
my
kidding.
list. Here we go. Okay, now I'm mad.
That was wrong,
I'm just
right?
kidding. No.
I think
we
I
all
said
gotta
that.
go back to
I said that
education
one
school.
time, and someone actually thought I was seriously that I really legitimately thought it was Canada.
Wow.
And I got really offended. I was like, I'm not that dumb. I know it was a joke.
Absolutely. And
It
so,
was
you
joke.
know what? My time here, I've been here almost 2 years now, which is absolutely fantastic. I get asked a lot of questions, and I want to kind of demystify those sort of questions. One of the number one questions we get was around Halloween. Do Canadians celebrate Halloween? And we do.
Why wouldn't you?
We absolutely do. I don't know. I guess people weren't so sure. Because there's only 34 million of us.
Yeah.
Right? There's more people that live in California than live in Canada, right?
Yeah.
So, we're mystical. I think we're basically hobbits, right, Mike? I think
yeah.
we are these elves that are kind of they're Canadian, but we don't know what they are.
Oh, so you're an elf, so you guys are really busy come December 25th.
Super
Yeah.
busy.
This is like the best time of year for you guys.
Yeah.
The whole country shuts down, and we work for Santa.
Oh my god.
I see. So
my God.
I see.
Here we go.
That's amazing.
Okay, so
I'm learning so much.
I know. I didn't know. I had no idea.
oh my gosh, they're coming.
So
for
should
my
I tell you what I
passports.
want for Christmas, or should I still save it for Santa?
Oh, it's good. I'll give
Go
you
ahead
a
and sit on his
number
lap.
to
Come
call.
on.
Oh my god. The elves don't do that. Everybody knows.
Oh my goodness, that's awesome, and that's good because I don't want this. As I said, I don't want to come across as some kind of smug Canadian that knows it all. I know nothing, and that must be clear to our listeners. They must know that I know nothing.
But at least you know that.
Yes, indeed. At least I know that I don't know. That's from an Eminem song from Berserk.
No, that's
Is
from
it?
Melissa, because that's my
Oh, that's your thing.
Straight from Melissa.
Okay.
no.
I don't even know what happened.
Flossy.
Okay. So our president is called a prime minister. Did you know that?
No.
In the Canadian, in the Canada,
In
how
the-
you say?
In Canada?
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 Canada? Is it a long A?
No.
Just kidding.
You're going to start to make me cry now.
The only soundbite I could play about
Oh,
Canada.
No, don't.
You know what?
Yeah, we don't want to. It's from South Park.
No,
Yeah.
don't do that.
Blame
Exactly. We
Canada.
don't-
You know what,
Yeah.
actually-
he knows the song.
I know it
He
all
knows the
too
song.
well.
I know all about people being ignorant of things because when I moved out here from Pennsylvania, someone asked me if that's where vampires are from.
Oh, no.
I
That's
said,
Transylvania.
I said, you are an idiot and we cannot be friends.
And then you bit his neck.
Yes, right. And then I drained him of all of his blood.
Did you turn him
Joke's
to
on
a
you.
vampire?
Yeah, right. Hey, I look pretty good for my age. I'm actually 400.
Oh my goodness.
So
But her hair.
I'll just say, ooh,
don't
yeah, I
talk
know.
about
Don't-
her
Yeah, that hair. I got
I'm
a really good
sensitive.
shot of it from right back here.
the blood's not enough. I need some vitamin B12.
No, that's not a true story, right? You're kidding. You're kidding. No one
No,
said
someone's legitimately said that to me. Yeah, no, I'm not kidding at all.
Oh my-
I'm very
But
serious.
they had just seen Hotel Transylvania. That's probably why.
No, they were really dumb.
Oh, my goodness.
They were a very not
But
intelligent human.
Your accent, Melissa.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh my god.
oh, I'm from just outside of Philly,
It's Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania.
Oh my god.
Oh, my
I'm so
goodness.
You
stupid.
guys are scaring our listeners.
I'm scaring myself.
Hey, I didn't. Well, no, I did start this. I take full responsibility
Okay,
for
yeah,
starting
this is your
this.
fault. I'm
Okay, so
sorry.
just a couple more because you know what? Oh my goodness. Okay, so not every Canadian speaks French, right? A lot of people ask me, "Do you speak French?" And well, I speak enough to get me in and out of trouble, right?
Okay.
So we don't
That
all
works.
do that. I suppose it would be like what Spanish is to California.
Yeah.
Basically, it's the unofficial second language of California, right?
Yes.
Would you say that?
Yes,
There
I
you
totally
go.
agree.
So
I speak work Spanish.
Oh,
I have like my job Spanish, and
Nice.
that's like all that I can do.
right.
Like I can tell you
Donde
to take it.
está el baño?
Yeah, well, yeah, but I mean, I'm more like respire profundo, like that kind of stuff.
Oh, like I learned some Spanish when my brother and I were standing in line for the Matterhorn Mountain.
Yes.
And pardon my Spanish, but let me give this a crack. This is what we heard at Disneyland. It said, "Ferme 6 centavos, por favor."
And that means
Ah.
let it go.
Please it does not. No, I've been lied to. No. It's been infiltrating into my brain.
Yes.
No. So
What
that's
is-
my Spanish. That means please remain seated, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Ferme 6 centavos, por favor.
Yes, I think that's right.
Sounds good to me.
Okay,
Yeah.
We'll go.
I don't know that much.
And that's it.
I only know what they say like when you walk into the Ontario Mills, like at the door.
What do they say?
Entrance
Like
3.
Get
yeah,
out.
you're welcome to entrance 3 in the neighborhood 3. It's like, oh my god.
Get
And
out, you Transylvanian.
I can tell someone to turn over, like Cuesta say. Get up, turn over,
Get out,
roll over.
Roll over.
Good girl.
She's talking to Rover over here.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Okay, our states are called provinces.
Okay.
So it would be incorrect to say, "Hey, Rich, what state are you from in Canada?" And I would say, "No, I'm from a province."
Ah.
But they're divided up like we have states.
Yes, and they are huge, absolutely ginormous.
So then within these provinces is
province.
Province.
something like the words are hard.
Province. Not that hard.
There would be your next sentence would probably be cities and states cities and countries within or whatever.
No, we would
counties.
Just cities and
yeah. So inside that province there will be cities. There will be obviously there's a capital of each province.
okay.
And they all kind of listen to the east, much like the United States. Canada is very light population on the west,
yes.
and a lot of the population is around the east. Toronto, Montreal, just because those towns are really those cities are really close to Chicago, Detroit, New York City,
And they're also
and they got
closer.
hockey.
and we've got hockey.
Well, I'd say they're also closer to larger bodies of water, and so I think when people originally establish their livelihoods, they're not going to go where there's no water.
Yeah,
So
absolutely. So
it makes more sense.
It's a big thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but here's some perspective. If you're in Vancouver, which is on the west coast of Canada, you have to drive 12 hours east to hit a major city.
Oh,
And
gosh.
that's Calgary.
Wow.
Where here, 12 hours gets you lots of places. You
Yeah.
can be in Phoenix in 5 hours to Phoenix,
Yes.
3.5 to Vegas. These are huge cities with big populations.
Yeah.
So there's not a lot of us up there.
Yeah.
So we're very, we're very protective of that stuff. But we love it. We love it. Okay, so even if an American team wins the Stanley Cup, which is the World Series of Hockey, it doesn't matter to us because all of your best players are Canadian.
Yes, exactly.
So when everyone's like, I love the Kings, I love the Kings. Yes, you do.
They're
And
all-
we love the 3 Canadian players on there.
that carry the team.
So yeah, and we will. And while it's Christmas, I want to do this. This is kind of a really, really cool thing. We were talking a little bit about Santa's elves, and that was so much fun.
Ha ha ha.
But this is really cool. Obviously, we own the North Pole. It's part of Canadian territory, right? And therefore, Santa Claus, he is Canadian. And the
I knew it.
internationally recognized mailing address of jolly old Saint Nick is this: Santa Claus, North Pole, Canada, and the postal code, because we do letters and numbers, not like you guys just do numbers, is HOHOHO.
Really?
What does that
Ho, ho.
stand for?
Isn't that cool?
Ho ho ho!
Oh my goodness.
That's awesome. I'm gonna write a letter to Santa.
Do.
I'm
'Cause
going
you
to.
should
Now we know his
you should,
address.
Yeah.
You should send it there.
Yeah.
There are also, one last thing, there are also 1 million Canadians that are living in the LA area currently, right now, which would make that one of like the 4th or 5th largest city in Canada. Isn't that crazy?
That's crazy.
So we are everywhere. And again, it's just my love. I love being down in the United States, and my family does as well. But we want to educate you guys a little bit each week on what we do and what we're like.
Yes.
You know.
Well, that's good. I think we can all use a little bit of education about the world and the countries around us.
Absolutely.
It's important
I think
to
so.
know about other lifestyles in other countries and other nations and just everything like that. It's important. Educate.
And it's beautiful in Canada.
Oh,
It's,
yeah.
I think it was just Lonely Planet just rated it as the 2nd best country in the world to live in.
Yeah, my
which
parents
is-
actually just went up to Calgary last month,
No way.
and they spent a whole week just traveling to different towns all around there, and they absolutely loved it.
Yeah.
Absolutely loved it. They came back and they were just giving me pamphlets like, you need to go to this town, and you need to see this here, and you need to see this here, and you need to go. And I was like, okay, I'll go. So.
Well, we have Calgary listeners, you know, and some of my good friends, I'll hook you up.
Oh yeah,
If you
I need a
decide
place to
go there,
crash.
there you go. Done and done.
Road trip.
Yes.
Road trip.
Oh no,
yes.
it's a long road trip.
They
We-
drove it.
Oh,
They did. They were gone for almost a month. They went and just did like a whole
wow.
like a whole big circle around everything.
Well, and the time difference, of course.
That's right.
Yes.
It's in the
Yeah.
mountain time zone.
Yeah,
Yes.
they're like 9 hours ahead of us or something like
No,
that.
they're
Yeah, it's
12
it's-
hours?
No,
15 hours.
It's like an hour.
An hour?
It's an hour.
It's an hour.
Just an hour.
Yeah.
I did
Just
not
a-
go to time
That's
zone
it.
school.
A simple. What is that line from The Simpsons? You have such great edumacation.
I
Yes.
do. The educations I got.
I learned it myself to spoke.
Absolutely. And of course, the best one is I am so smart. SMRT.
Yes, that's my favorite. I sing that all the time.
Oh my God.
Isn't that right?
It's true.
Yes.
It's true. Don't worry about the vowel. It's all good.
No.
That's all good.
Smart.
That's what autocorrect spells for me.
You're smart.
Oh yeah,
Super smart.
autocorrect. I tell you, it's crazy. Oh, and one thing, I can't believe I forgot to do this. So my mom and dad live in Parksville, which is on the west coast on Vancouver Island, and it rarely snows there. It's kind of rainy, but it did snow. And my mom took a header and she broke her wrist.
Oh no.
Which is absolutely dreadful. So she's
Is
kind
she
of
okay?
dealing with all of that stuff. I think she's okay. She's a tough lady, that's for sure. So yeah, she's I think she's gonna get a cast, or they're gonna do a thing with a thing and then a thing to make it
Yeah.
better and all that
I know
stuff.
all about that because I do that for my job.
So yeah, so it's very
Oh,
painful, but
that's sad.
but she's hanging in there, and I hope that she's listening tonight, or she might be actually. They might have to set it or do something kind of crazy and put a metal plate in there. But you know what? She's okay.
They do those.
And,
They do those kinds of surgeries all the time,
They
and
do.
people recover from them very well and very easily. And so I hope your mom is feeling better.
Me
I'm
too.
so sorry.
Yeah. No,
That's awful.
It was just kind of crazy. My dad, he took a tumble as well, but I think he just kind of landed okay. But you know what it's like? It's the physics of it. It may not be a big fall.
No.
But you just
It's
get
just
your
the right
hand in
angle.
and crack.
Mm-hmm.
Crack.
Yeah, that's very true. Very
It,
true.
so yeah, all our thoughts are with Mom. Listening. Hopefully she's listening. Maybe
I hope
she's
so.
got some good.
Well, with the
some
time
good
difference and everything,
sedation.
you know.
And then that's the
Get some
benefit.
pain
of
meds on
this.
board.
Oh, I need some pain meds for that. For about 2 months.
Yeah.
So, get well soon, Mom. We're thinking of you here. You know what? We're kind of finding a new rhythm to the show, and I really love that. We had this idea. I love the Proust interview in the back of Vanity Fair. I think it's really, really cool. And I always read it and I always think about how would I answer it, what we're going to do. And I think that this gives you guys a little bit of a better chance to kind of get to know who I am and what I'm about. So, Melissa, you're going to ask me some of these questions, and we'll talk a little bit, or I'll say pass.
Yeah, because I have to say I was looking over some of these, and they're very deep questions. Like
They are.
sometimes it might not be initially like immediately obvious to you what it is. You do kind of have to ponder and think about what it really is meaning to you. So I'm going to enjoy this.
Well, I think it'll be kind of fun, and I think that the interview part of the show I always really loved. So
Yeah.
we won't make it too crazy or too serious, but it's fun.
I'll
And I think
I'll keep it to the light one.
What issue is that?
It's the it's the one with J Law.
Oh, she's hot.
She looks good.
I love her.
and
My God.
Passengers, I think, is going to be a decent film. Her and Chris Pratt.
Oh, she's a great actress.
Jennifer Lawrence.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Jennifer Lawrence.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
Yes, she's awesome. Okay.
Yeah, we call her J Law, Mike. I'm sorry.
Oh, wait,
It's
I'm not
a-
up with
it
the
just
I'm not up
goes,
with the
you
lingo.
know, yes.
the
It
lingo.
happens.
From the Golden Globes last
She
year.
has an Academy Award.
Yeah.
She does, and Steven Spielberg said that she's the best working actress today.
You know what? I like that. I liked
That's
her
awesome.
personality, and she's so candid in her interviews, and she's really herself.
Okay,
And I
so-
love that.
Oh my gosh, to you, Silver Linings Playbook.
Oh, loved it.
You kidding me?
I absolutely
oh my
loved.
God.
Yes.
No, I'm serious though.
It's
I
so good.
absolutely loved that movie. I thought she was so great in it. Bradley Cooper. I thought they were so good
Oh,
together. I
and as
love
an-
them together.
And as an Eagles fan, it was amazing. And
Yeah.
Robert De Niro.
Robert De
is so
Niro,
good.
yes.
Yes, and they were so raw and real, and I loved it. And they're
Oh.
both just healing, and it just shows you how messed up people can be, but still find something. And I love that.
Yeah.
Because I'm in that right now in my life. So
The-
very true to
the madness
life.
of it. Yeah.
Yes.
Life does that sometimes.
Okay,
doesn't
so
it?
Rich.
Okay. here we
So, what is your idea of perfect happiness?
go. Ooh.
And
let's
that's
start
really
with a real easy
tough
one, shall we?
question.
Perfect happiness.
Ooh.
Chaotic Radio.
I think
Yeah.
Chaotic Radio for sure. I think the simpleness of life, right? Life can just get kind of spiraled out of control, but just hanging out with good friends and family. I think that to me is what it's all about. Yeah.
Very cool.
How about you? How would
Gosh, how would I answer that?
It's a tough question.
So my idea of perfect happiness, I guess what people would expect it to be is finding that work and life balance, like being content with what you have. But I feel for me, perfect happiness is not being content. Like it's kind of always
Interesting.
trying to look for something new and challenge yourself.
So you're a curious kind of person.
Yeah, I'm always looking for something new.
Yes.
I think it's a good and a bad thing.
Very cool.
But yeah.
But also filtering this all through the director's cut.
Oh, yeah.
Perfect happiness is watching a favorite movie.
Oh yeah, I can definitely see that. Or finding joy in a new TV show, or
Yes.
finding a character that just relates to you so deeply, and just that's why I'm in love with Westworld right now, because there's a character on the show, and she's like a madam, and she's becoming very self-aware, and was watching a scene. And she's kind of just discovering that the whole world that she knew was a lie. And I almost started crying. I was just like, God, could you imagine being in that place where you have this perception of your reality, and it is completely turned on your head, and you have no idea who you are or what your life means, and you find that you're in control, you're under control of someone else, and everything that you thought is not. And
Oh wow.
just how horrible, how awful of a place, and how would you react to that?
Yeah,
you know?
absolutely. That's what great films do and great television series do, is they
Yes.
reflect something back to us.
Yes.
Or perhaps they shine a light or a lens on something that's a little more, wow, that's very personal to the experiences that you're going through. Very
Yes.
cool. Okay, next question.
Ooh, okay. I'm trying to look through some of these. Okay. Ooh, this is a good one.
Okay.
What is your greatest fear?
Ooh, boy. My greatest fear. Wow. I think my greatest fear is that I won't get the chance to direct a feature film. Yeah, I think in my career, for sure. That's something I think about a lot, because there's so many moving parts that need to happen to get to that place.
Yeah.
It's not just, this is simple, it's an easy road, and here you go, and you can do it. It's a lot of, as I said, moving parts. That makes it really, really vulnerable, because it can turn on a dime. And I've come really close, really close.
Yeah.
Like really close. Like heartbreakingly really close. But you know what? You certainly learn from that. But that's in my professional life for sure. That would be my biggest fear. What about you?
Oh, gosh. Well, professionally speaking, I guess my biggest fear would be to be stagnant, not make any decisions and not move forward at all. So I guess I've gotten kind of comfortable in a spot. And so I think my biggest fear is being stuck doing the same thing forever.
Yeah.
And I've kind of been there just for a couple of years, but you already get that kind of fear that you're not going to progress as a human anymore. And you've reached your final form.
And you keep thinking, but I have a lot of years left to live.
I have a lot of years, but I don't have a lot of time.
Oh, my God. Okay, next question. As I said, we're going to keep this light. If you're just listening to us, you are listening to the we're having fun here with the Vanity Fair, the Proust questionnaire at the back of it, just and kind of filtering things through the world of movies and stuff like that. So, okay. Next question.
So, what do you consider your greatest achievement?
Wow. This is all really, really cool. I think my greatest achievement, obviously, my son for sure. My marriage of 24 years this Christmas Eve. So that I'm pretty damn proud of. But
that's a good achievement.
I think in my professional sort of career life, coming down here, going through the process of applying for, the visa and all that stuff. I said process, and in Canada, we would say process. So it's already started, isn't that the transformation,
the Americanization,
the Americanization of
You're
Rich.
becoming one of us.
It's the Californication, as the Chili Peppers would say.
Absolutely, I love that song. That's really, really cool. Okay, so those things. What about you? Your greatest achievement? It's such a canonization of your life.
It's like it's too broad because it's really hard to like pick like one thing that I consider my greatest achievement. I mean, I would say graduating from college was a great achievement that
Absolutely.
I did. I really love what we do here on Happy Hour Radio, on Chaotic Radio, and I feel this is a huge achievement for me, just stepping outside the box, and because I'm normally very shy about talking in front of groups, but this is like a perfect forum that I can talk in front of groups but not be freaked out by it.
Yeah, no, that's really interesting.
This is definitely an achievement for me. I mean, it's really hard to just pick, like, I don't have like a great lifetime achievement. Like I didn't win the Nobel Prize, or like I didn't climb Mount Everest or something. So, I didn't do that. But
you know what?
I swam with a stingray one time. That was like real cool. That was an achievement for me. Like just little stepping stones. That's what I find.
But you're forgetting something very important that I know about you. You drove in a DeLorean.
Oh,
and there's nothing.
I didn't drive a DeLorean though, but I rode in one.
Doesn't matter. You were the passenger in a DeLorean. Oh my gosh!
That's number one on my list.
Yes, indeed.
I didn't know that was a goal. I was a child.
Off the bucket list. Check.
Yeah, right.
I know. I would
so
put
funny.
that. I would love to drive just to drive in a DeLorean, just to hope on the off chance that there was a flux capacitor in this one.
Yeah, this is the ticket.
What year would you go?
This is the one. Ooh.
Oh, look at you.
That's a good question. I like
that.
that.
Not in Vanity Fair. This issue of Vanity Fair.
Ooh. Absolutely. Okay.
Vanity Fair got nothing on you.
Absolutely. Yeah. I love Shakespeare, so I would love to witness an original performance of a Shakespeare play in 16th century London. Absolutely.
Wow.
Yeah, that to me would be amazing. And just be there for like the production, just for the 3 hours, just to witness it, and then to get the hell out of it.
And then just pop right out.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Okay, Mike, you started this.
Ooh.
Go on next.
Oh, no. Ladies first.
Oh, man. I'm not going to go that far back because I still kind of like modern times, but I feel like I was born 2 decades too late. So I'd probably go back to like the late 60s or early 70s. So that way, like, I could experience the music of that time and just the feel of that time, because that's what I don't know, it just appeals to me in that way. So I think I'd probably want to go back and like go to CBGB's in New York and like go and see some punk shows when it's all first coming out and meet Iggy Pop and that kind of stuff. So that would be like totally up my.
So you would
that's what I want to do.
You'd be there for a while then.
Oh yeah, I'd be there for at least a couple months, maybe years. I'd be growing up
So
there.
she's living there. Then
Yeah, I'm like moving. I'm moving back.
See, I couldn't, because with the Elizabethans, there was no modern
Oh,
medicine.
No, you would
There's
not.
the plague.
Yeah.
There's all sorts of nasty things going on. So I'd like to just sort of go back with
just to visit. You're in the intent to visit. I'm more Doc Brown. Like I'm going to go to the Wild West and I'm going to marry the girl and I'm going to stay there.
Nice.
You know.
Yes.
That's very cool.
Sorry, I was watching that the other day.
It's a good movie. Okay, Mike. What do you think?
I would go and visit the dinosaurs.
Oh my
Yay.
God!
I have my own little Jurassic Park.
Do you know the mosquitoes are bigger than you?
I know, but I have my own little Jurassic Park.
That would be. Look, there's a T-Rex.
Yeah, right. You just stay very still, okay? Don't even blink.
That's right.
What was
Stay
that
very
old TV show with the dinosaurs? Land Before Lost or something like that.
Land Before Time.
Land Before Time? No, that's the cartoon.
No, that's the cartoon. No, they did have a TV show
Land
called
of the Lost.
Yeah, they had Land of the Lost.
Land of the Lost. It was remade in 2000 something with Will Ferrell.
Oh, that was so funny.
Do you remember that?
I really
don't
sorry, Land of the Lost. The one with Will Ferrell was actually really, and who was Danny McBride, I think was the other one. They're so funny that I really liked that movie. It was just so stupid and ridiculous. Everything you expect of Will Ferrell. He did
dinosaur movie.
Well, it was Land of the Lost, so they like travel. They go into a cave and then they get transported back into another dimension where there's dinosaurs and it's just totally ridiculous and it's so stupid. I just keep picturing him singing that Cher song.
Oh my gosh.
Do you believe in
yeah.
life after love? That's what I picture.
It was an old TV show back in many years ago.
Yeah. And they would like travel down. Wasn't it like a guy and like some? Was it his daughter or was it a younger?
Oh my
gal?
God! Now you got me
now.
on that one. I don't know.
Wow.
Yeah,
Well,
I never really watched the old one, but I watched the
movie.
the movie was really funny to me. I love Will Ferrell, so
Yeah, he's a good egg.
Oh yeah.
he's funny.
He's a good egg.
Yeah, well, he's an odd egg, but
He is.
he's funny.
Okay, next question. Well, we got time to do one more.
Okay.
Because I want to do the parents' guide tonight. I found a gem for our parents' guide. Mike doesn't even know what this is, but that's all good.
Wait a minute. I got Google right here. Okay.
The Google machine. Okay,
Yes.
before we get there, we'll do one more question. Okay.
Okay, who are your favorite writers?
Ooh. Well, obviously love Shakespeare for sure. I really love Tom Clancy. And I remember reading back in the late 80s, early 90s, The Hunt for Red October, which is one of my favorite movies.
Yeah.
Absolutely one of my favorite movies. Alec Baldwin, James Earl Jones. Oh, it's a great, and of course Sean Connery.
Yes.
And I love it. Absolutely love it. Love Tom Clancy. And I love his writing stuff as well. He wrote Rainbow Six, which is a fantastic novel. Love it. But then I would say, I love Stephen King. Stephen King stuff is fantastic. Oh my goodness. Don't you hate these questions? Because they have to canonize everything.
I know. It makes it so life or death.
And then you go, wow, I didn't say that. So I should have said that. I don't like Jane Austen. I don't like Charles Dickens. I'm not fans of those two. Though, and everybody says that they love Jane Austen, they love Charles Dickens. Not me.
Yeah.
Not a fan.
It's okay.
I think that I read a lot of Shakespeare. That's sort of my thing that I love to do. So, and I'm working on a thing in my head right now. So, anyway, but what about you? Favorite writers?
Gosh, well, recently I've been really into Irving Welsh, who actually
Train Spotting.
Yes, exactly. And then that movie is so disturbing, but I love he does short stories. He has a book called The Acid House.
Yes.
And it's a bunch of short stories, and they're all very extreme is the best way to put it. But I like short stories because I don't have a good attention span, and I'm really bad about like when I put a book down for a minute, like I either have to read the whole thing or, it's really hard for me to come back and pick stuff up especially if it's like dragging a little.
Yeah.
So I really like the short stories, which is also I love H.P. Lovecraft, like the macabre style writing and stuff.
Oh, very cool.
So that's normally what I tend to go for when I'm reading, is because it keeps my attention and I can read a short story and get that awe, but not have to like do 400 pages or whatever in a novel.
That's really cool.
But I love Irving Welsh, and he has some really great little stories, and I love how he writes everything in that brogue, so he writes it the way you have to almost read it out loud to understand what they're saying sometimes.
Phonetic, yeah, it's phonetically written.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
Absolutely.
And I love that.
Trainspotting 2 is in the can.
Is it?
Yeah.
Really?
It's done.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Ewan McGregor was on, I think he was on Jimmy Kimmel, and he said, it's
wow.
it's done.
Oh, I'm going to have to go see it.
So
I mean,
I haven't heard when its release date yet
Yeah.
is, but
I mean, it is I wouldn't say it is like a movie for everybody, because it definitely is not a movie for everybody. But I really loved, I don't know, I still enjoyed the first one, and how creepy it was, and it was just awful, and it's just kind of a peek into the most horrible people that you've ever seen, and their horrible life. But I don't know, it does make you kind of appreciate how your life is.
T2 Trainspotting.
Yeah.
March of next year.
March.
Wow, that's really soon.
Wow.
Yeah, it has a date. And
Wow, that's very soon.
What about you, Mike? What are you reading these days?
Not so much with the reading, unless of course social media counts.
No, it does not.
Comic books?
I want a book, and it doesn't have pictures in it.
Oh no!
There are words on every page.
No pictures. What kind of book is this?
Yeah, I know, right? I mean, come on. Does Playboy count?
Not anymore. No.
Not anymore. Oh my goodness. No. I don't know too many with the writings. I like things that people have written that turned into movies, like Tarantino, for example. He writes a lot of his own work.
He's a good writer.
Yes,
yeah, absolutely.
So you say like you appreciate like the screenplay.
Well, yeah, the screenplay would be the writing of my choice.
Yeah. Oh,
yes.
That's interesting. That's really cool. Yeah.
I have a friend who reads a lot of screenplays and does that kind of stuff, and it's really funny to. It's funny to see if you've ever like. And I know I'm sure you see them all the time, but the first time I ever saw a screenplay, it was a skit from like SNL or something, and I was reading the screenplay, and it was something with like Mike Myers in it or whatever, and to read it, and I'm like thinking in my head, I'm like, I'm reading it right now and it doesn't seem very funny, but then when you picture how they act it out and how they play it, it just became so hilarious. Yeah. And it was just so it's just such a different way to read something. Yeah. When you're reading it in dialogue like that.
Yeah. No, I love to do that. I love to read like a novel format, and then you read a screenplay, or you read like a short poem or something like that.
Yeah.
I've been into haikus kind of lately. Just sort of writing a haiku, and it's interesting. A lot of cool stuff there. Well, that's really cool. Should we do we have
we have time.
We have time to do one more, and then we'll jump into to the parents guide.
Ooh, let's see. What is your favorite occupation?
Wow.
I think you're probably already living your dream.
Yeah.
I might know
What's the name of the show again? I forgot. Yeah, what's the name of the show?
You know what? I am one blessed dude, man. I really am.